Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and our next guest is the Prince Hall Grand Lodge Treasurer of the MWPHGL of New York, and he sits down with us today to speak about his organization and the Adelphic Union Lodge 14. We call it the U for short. Yes, indeed. They do a lot of great work, too. We see them out there in the community all over the place. And we're going to talk about their services that they offer and what they're doing in our community and to shed some light on the upcoming events. So please welcome to the show, Kevin P. Wardally. Kevin P. Wardally. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thanks, Bob.
Kevin, you know, I always see you guys walking during the African American Day Parade, you know, and all the lodges are walking, but Prince Hall in full force every year. And we love the work that you guys are doing in our community.
Well, I thank you, Bob, and you do a great job on that parade every year. And I want to begin by bringing greetings on behalf of my Grand Master, Walter C. King Jr., the Grand Master and President Presiding of the Prince Hall Grand Lodge. And it's our honor to participate in that parade and community events throughout Harlem and throughout the state, year after year.
Please tell us a little bit about this chapter. It's been in existence nonstop, continuously for 150 years.
Well, my lodge, Adelphic Union Lodge number 14, which I'm honored to be a past master of, we've existed since 1863. And the Prince Hall Grand Lodge of New York has existed since 1845. And lodges, Black men in Prince Hall lodges have been here since 1812 with Boyer Lodge, which is the mother lodge of all lodges in the state of New York, which was founded in 1812 here in New York. And so we've been providing constant services to this community for over 200 years.
Yeah. You know, people always wonder, should I get involved in a lodge? What's it all about? They want to know what it's about before they get involved in it. What would you tell them?
Well, I tell them that, first of all, Prince Hall Grand Lodges are the oldest organization amongst people of color in this country. You got to remember that Prince Hall itself goes back to 1775, actually older than this country in and of itself. And when you look at it, why was it founded? What does it stand for? It fought for civil rights and community action at every level. Prince Hall, at the very beginning, petitioned for the freedom of African Americans in Boston, in the Boston Common Council, at the legislature there. And you look at some of its members throughout history, with Thurgood Marshall, right? You look at Philip Randolph, you look at Charlie Rango, Percy Sutton, Jesse Jackson. What we stood for is the betterment of our people and forward progression of our people. And even if you look at its members today, look at Senator Kevin Parker, look at Reverend Calvin Butts, look at Reverend Jacques Bragg, or even yesterday, Reverend Darren Morton was elected treasurer of the city of Mount Vernon, and he's our grand senior warden, and we couldn't be more proud.
Yeah, and you know, you mentioned Percy Sutton and Charlie Rango, very, very important members of WBLS WLIB when it was founded uptown in Harlem. You know, Percy Sutton, along with Hal Jackson, started WBLS and WLIB. So yeah, he's a very, very important part of that history. How has
one of his first meetings when he decided to run for mayor in 1977, one of his first organizing meetings was at the Prince Hall Temple on 155th Street.
There you go. Woo, a lot of history there, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How has the U impacted your life?
Well, I'll be honest with you. It's probably the most important thing I've been a part of outside of marriage to my wife and the birth of my children. I've met brothers there from all walks of life, all across the world, who've been involved in things. Whether it's helping daycare centers, because the Prince Hall Grand Lodge runs a daycare center for over 50 years in Harlem. Whether it was a day camp that we ran, the Eureka Day Camp, which we ran, summer camp, which we ran for over 50 years. I mean, just the ability to meet people from different walks of life who believe in the same things that you believe in, who live in the same places that you live, and fight for the same things that you fight for. It's a powerful thing.
Yeah. And of course, you guys are lifetime members of the NAACP, and you work with the New York Cares, providing a lot of help in our community. What are some of the other things that you work with?
Well, just recently during this pandemic, we we've held food pantries, and we hold a food pantry every 2 weeks in partnership with City Harvest at our Grand Lodge, 155th Street. But we also do it throughout the state. We're doing it in Buffalo. We're doing it in Riverhead. We're doing it in Southeast Queens at Lebanon Lodge. We delivered PPE to the community, organizations that need it, and most of regular folks. Also, we delivered food to first responders, both at hospitals, firehouses, police stations throughout this pandemic. Every year, we provide food on both Thanksgiving and Christmas to the community and have for over 30 years now. Think about the different things that we've done. We also, of course, do voter registration. We partnered with Reverend Jacques DeGrasse, and we sent a bus down to Philadelphia last year to fight voter intimidation. We sent voters down with our various Grand Lodge shirts, our swearing the compasses, and we went out to neighborhoods to protect the vote when it was time to fight to make sure that Joe Biden and the Democratic principles that we all believe in were protected and delivered.
What do you think the Democrats should do to try to offset the onslaught of voter suppression?
Well, I think it's two things. I think it's one, we have to be present. We have to be out here in these streets and make sure that people see us and know that we're there as a support for them. And two, we've got to be very clear about what our message is. Too often not, what we believe in isn't as clear. Oftentimes, Republicans, the folks on the other side, do a better job at making it clear what they believe in. And we have to do a better job saying what we believe in.
Yeah, and I think both parties should get together and do a lot more for the general public, you know, to help an edification of young minds and you know, all the infrastructure package, you know, all those things, because people need it and the country needs it too. We're going to find more information about what you're doing. And have you been up to Prince Hall? Have you been up to the Roscoe, New York lately?
Oh, we were just there last month. You know, our 9+ acres in Roscoe, which was a vacation home, and also where our summer camp was for young people. I was just there last month.
I like to get more involved in summer camp.
Yes. The Eureka Summer Camp, which was run by the sisters for a long time. You can go to princehallny.org, which is the Grand Lodge's website. You can also go to AUL14.org, which is my lodge's website. But always feel free to go to the Grand Lodge. You can always reach out to myself as the Grand Treasurer or the Grand Secretary, Sandino Sanchez. And my email, the digital email, is very simple. It's grandsecretary@princehallny.org.
Kevin, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on, all right?
Thank you for all you do, Bob, and I really appreciate the opportunity.
Kevin P. Wardally, Grand Lodge Treasurer, MWPHGL of New York. Thank you. The you.
The you. Yes, sir.
The you. Thank you. All right, we'll take a break. More coming up next right here on Open.